Ravi was completely free today, so he came to the kitchen humming, and after closing both my eyes, he put his mouth in my ears and said, "Mira, today I will do all the work. Friends, my name is Mira, I am 29 years old, my husband is injured." After that I became completely alone, and he used to stay in the room the whole day. He was unable to even move around. One day I was sitting in the house when the doorbell rang, so I ran and opened the door. There was a young man of about 171 years standing in front of me. He stood there and introduced himself from outside the door. "I am Ravi, son of Bhushan Ji. Papa must have sent you a message saying come inside." I made space at the door. Ravi, I came inside hesitatingly. "Yes, I have come here only today. I saw you about 8 years ago. I was studying in school. Your wedding card also came to our house. I had high school exams at that time, so I am attending your wedding. Couldn't attend. I have come here to study in college, and here is what father said, saying that the goods have been sent for you." He gave a bag. The bag contained fresh fruits, vegetables, etc. from the garden. I gladly took the bag with gratitude and gave him tea, snacks, etc. "Meanwhile, I insisted that you stay here. I will tell your father. I have told you that you will get everything ready for your studies. Pay attention." After hearing this, Ravi agreed at once, as if he was anxious to hear this. He got up and quickly brought inside all his things which he had kept outside in the veranda. That day Ravi kept arranging his room. After a while he started feeling a sense of belonging there, but he was afraid that his heart would fall here so soon without even thinking. The next day I introduced Ravi to my husband. Ravi was surprised to see that he was lying silently in the back room of the house. Then he said, "It's amazing. I did not even hear his voice from yesterday afternoon till night." I was very sad with Ravi's arrival. I was happy that there was some brightness in the deserted house. After 2 days, one day Ravi came to the kitchen and held my hand. When he started sharing, I laughed and said, "You are a child now, your job is to study." In response he said, "Studying is definitely my job, but I am not that much of a child. I am 18 years old." When I looked with surprise, Ravi said, "I am studying in college now." I became silent after hearing that the child is no more. One day I was talking to Ravi, asked me, "What happened to your husband? Why does he stay in the room so often?" He was absolutely fit. Earlier we were looking after a good business. We had our own business and got very good income from it. What happened was that last year itself he fell from a tree. All the treatments were done. If you have done it for now, when will you be able to complete 15 steps? Even in 4 steps it takes minutes, so we walk a little in our room. The physiotherapy person comes 3 days a week, the rest of the days we watch movies, read books. We will gradually recover. The doctor has said that it will take time, but then we will start walking comfortably. Oh, Ravi, hearing this, he looked at him and knew that barely 6 years he had guessed that our marriage must have been over, and he started counting on his fingers. I said, "Yes, it has been 6 years. Do you remember, your Davi papers were going on then, and even before. I had not met you. Perhaps I was studying in 7th class at that time. The last time I saw you was that you had brought some books to your father." Yes, then your father was mine. He was a history teacher and I had come to return his books. After that I started going to another school and your father became my brother from my teacher. The days kept passing like this. It had been 5 months since Ravi stayed with us. He was such a rough boy. Kabar was walking on the path, but it was clear that both of us were silent in my life. Apart from the physiotherapist, he was the only one who was creating some rhythm of music. Ravi noticed that the contractors working in the garden etc. had also come once in a while, but sometimes a bank employee would also come. Ravi was completely free today. That's why he came into the kitchen humming and suddenly closed both my eyes. He put his mouth in my ears and said, "Mira ji, today I will do all the work. You come here and sit here at this place." And he slowly started making me sit on a chair, smelling my soft, freshly washed, wet and fragrant hair, but I told him there. I made him sit on his lap and we both remained like this for a few moments without moving. We didn't say anything, just kept feeling each other silently. 5 minutes must have passed when we heard a coughing sound from somewhere. We both got startled. Ravi suddenly started remembering that sweet incident of last afternoon in his mind, and a mischievous look appeared on his face. I started smiling and got nervous and immediately separated Ravi from myself. Despite Ravi's wish I didn't want him to separate from me, I had tolerated all this. I slapped him lightly on his cheek and gave a sweet kiss on the other cheek and stood up. At the same moment Ravi also came whispering "Why so unfair" from the other cheek and stood from his place. It was done and he came next to me and started working as if electricity was jumping in my body. My mind was happy. I know that I had longed for such an experience, but Ravi had removed my incompleteness. Only then would there be so much rain in the desert and so wonderful. I thought otherwise. The sound of coughing started coming again. I took a cup of tea. Looking at Ravi lovingly, she left from there and went to her husband's room to have tea. Taking a sip, I started preparing breakfast for myself. I caressed both the palms of my husband. I kept feeling Ravi's body in them and said to myself, love should come in our life exactly like this. I was feeling intoxicated. Then one day I was in the kitchen. While I was making tea, Ravi came and hugged me from behind. He took it and started doing it to me. I also hugged him and we both got lost in each other. Then a sound came. Ravi got shocked by this sound. We both separated from each other. I was very happy to get Ravi's love. I was waiting for Ravi to come here. By some miracle of nature, Ravi had believed that 1 year was going to be completed here, and now I was blooming and shining. One day suddenly Ravi came to my room at night. I was watching a video on my phone. He came and picked me up in his lap and said, "The morning thing is still incomplete. I am going crazy, friends, after this." I started feeling a current in my body. Now he made me lie down on the bed and then we played cricket vigorously 4 to 5 times throughout the night. Next morning I was very happy. Ravi also gave a small smile after seeing me and went to college. Now my entire life was spent with Ravi in the morning, evening and throughout the night. Friends, if you liked the story, so like the video and don't forget to subscribe the channel Music.